greatest podcast on earth. Back to tell you about some great stuff, great films, great TV. You already know who it is. You already know what it is. Run that song.
Cinestro called the cast. It's your weekly gold mine. Stay tuned in. Stay tuned in. They got the beats, got those comic spins. I stay tuned in. Stay tuned.
Never get tired of that song, bro. Never get tired of that song. Like we never get tired about talking about elite cinema bangers.
Allegedly elite
Bangers
cinema.
only.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it, Matt.
Let's talk to these folks, bro. We got enlightened folks about what's racing through the box office right now.
Ooh,
Oh my god, that was rough.
that was really good, dude.
rougher.
That was really
That was
good.
pretty good. Thank you, Gerardo.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Ball knower.
I support the
Ball
homies,
knower.
even when they're
Ball
wrong.
knower. Hey man,
Not you, not
Ain't
this time.
wrong.
Brother. You're right.
I ain't wrong. That's the crazy part. Just like I'm not wrong about this movie. F1, the movie, hit cinemas last week, June 27th.
This movie's on a crazy run right now. I'm not gonna lie. I did not realize that this movie was gonna do as much of the numbers as it has. But
Bro,
a box office
It's a dad
known.
movie. It's a
You
dad
should have
movie.
known. Big Kaczynski on the director slate, bro. Hans Zimmer on the score, automatic banger. Automatic banger. I don't care what anybody says.
yeah, as
Hans
of 2
Zimmer.
days ago, with its debut, it made 144 million.
Damn.
Which
only
just out the
won
gate, that's
an F1
crazy.
movie.
That's only domestic, by the way. That's 144 million domestic. That's
I wish I
fucking
was
nuts.
born. I wish I was born in an F1 movie so I can make $100 million. I wouldn't be here in this apartment right now. Anyways, enough of my sad life. Let's talk about something happy. So F1 the movie tells a very predictable and formulaic tale about a washed up, has been, never was driver who had as you can who hasn't seen this movie, by the way. Spoilers, if you have not seen this movie yet, we're entering spoiler territory. Please pause this episode, watch the movie, and come back before
All right.
we spoil something big
I'll
for
be
you.
back in a bit then.
It's honestly very
morning.
it's a very obvious story. It's an older driver who's gets added to a team that's struggling. They start doing some machinations, and they have a come to Jesus moment together with the new hotshot rookie driver who learns responsibility and maturity, and they win some shit, and everyone's happy. It's very straightforward.
Have you ever seen The Longest Yard or Top Gun Maverick or literally any movie like The Mighty Ducks? Right? If you've seen that, put Formula One cars in it, and you have made F1 the movie.
Oh yeah.
No,
I'm being facetious, but
It's not
that's
working.
basically what it is.
here's what makes this movie so great. Yes, it's a very predictable plot. Yes, it's a very simple formula that has been replicated time and time again. But that's why it works so well. It's so good because of this. And then to add to the cherry on top is the Hans Zimmer score that just reverberates through your
Boy, Big Zim was on this.
Big
Invader Zim himself.
Big Hans cooked up
The real
another-
Invader Zim, because he's
Exactly.
Hans, the Viking.
Big Hans of
Big
House
Hans.
Zimmerman, my goat. Like, man, and I need to go see this movie in the D box, so I feel like I'm driving the shit.
That was the
Bro,
same.
we don't
problem.
have this around me anymore, and I'm really sad
I
about
know.
it.
I think we have like one or two in the area. I haven't checked. I'm not going
This
across
does seem
town
like
for
a
that.
D-box movie, though.
It's definitely IMAX. If you have not
D-box
seen it in
vibe.
Yeah.
see it in IMAX, please, because it's so beautiful. It's so crisp.
It's really one of those movies that's shot in such a way where it shines primarily like in the car scenes, right? Any all of those races, they put the camera on those cars and they snap back and forth between these rapid shots of the driver, the car, the tire, the pit crew. They do these sweeping shots as the camera just shows all the cars rushing by, so you get a good sense of it just going faster and faster. It keeps with that intensity and that tension, so it lets you know that this is a very pivotal moment in the story. So it's good. It's good show and tell with the camera. I looked up the name of the cinematographer guy. What I got his name here. His name is sorry, it's not the cinematographer. His it's the VFX advisor. His name is Ryan Tudhope. Ryan, if you ever somehow listen to this, let me know how to give you money because like you advise the fuck out of some of these visuals in this. The scene I think where it shows the best is that flip that happens with Joshua's car.
Oh yeah,
I-
and at in the Dutch Grand Prix or whatever it was. I got all those races mixed up.
Yeah, they what happens is Sonny, Brad Pitt's character, and Joshua, they develop the strategy to where
The one before
because Brad Pitt's character, because Sonny is seen as like this just reckless old retiree driver, right? They're gonna expect him to be driving all crazy, and they're not gonna be paying attention to his teammate who is Damson Idris' character, Joshua, behind him, and he can just pull ahead and swap. And they try to pull off that maneuver, but somewhere along the line,
They
shit
tried to
goes
do the
haywire.
Ricky Bobby slingshot.
the shake and bake, the shake and bake.
Or
The shake and bake. Yeah, they basically try to Ricky Bobby his ass.
This movie
Except
is
what happens
inspired
is-
by Ricky Bobby.
Insane slug that this movie doesn't deserve. It's
That's
Ricky
basically
Bobby.
what Gerardo said. He's
It's
inspired.
It's Ricky Bobby for the sophisticated palate.
nice.
it's like-
Richard.
If Ricky Bobby is like Olive Garden, like Buca de Beppo is F1. Like it's just a
Fuck
slight.
Buca de Beppo.
This is
But,
like
That's
This is
personal
like-
beef. My bad.
Nobu.
This is Nobu. This is Nobu of the Ricky Bobby cinematic universe. But
That's crazy.
but basically there's a point where the car flips and it's done in such a way that looks so practical. It makes me wonder like how the fuck they did that shot.
Yeah,
Because
bro. I
holy
know
shit,
exactly what
it's
you're talking about.
seamless. It's
Also, I thought that
seamless.
nigga died. I thought he was dead.
He was
I was
dead
like,
too.
There's no fucking way, bro.
The car flips, and you're like, okay, he's out of bounds, but he's fine. And then it pans back
It
to Sonny,
blows.
and Sonny's like, oh my god, I need to run. And I'm like, well, it's not that bad. It's not like the car's on fire. Pans back, car's up,
And the shit
immediately
blows
bursted
up.
into flames.
Bro, it doesn't just burst, it blows up and you see a cloud. I was like, that nigga is dead. I said, they just,
He pulls him out of the car, and I'm like, brother, what is that? That's a Halloween decoration. That's skeleton.
he's gone.
That's skeleton, brother. He's charred. There's no more Damon in there.
And the great thing, and you mentioned cinematography. There's some scenes in this movie you can tell that this is the same guy who made Top Gun, because there's a specific shot that's done in Top Gun that you see in this movie where they're driving the cars, and it's the same shot that whenever they're in the jets flying around doing their training exercise, and you just see the actor's face, and you see him doing all these motions and everything. I know it's very simple, but I like seeing things like that. You know, it makes me really enjoy the film more. And then they're doing these races. You know, for those of you who are unfamiliar with F1, it's not just one race; it's like 12 races, or like, 10 races, something like that.
Like a bracket.
It's a series.
Yeah, it's a series of races, and you don't just win.
Like-
If you win one, cool, but you still got 9 other races
Yeah,
where you can
think-
potentially still lose the season.
Think
Or
Mario Kart, but somehow
die,
with
yeah.
more, think Mario Kart, but somehow with more Italians. That's
More
basically F1.
Italians.
That's basically the rules of F1.
essentially.
horrible.
Essentially. So like,
That was like a
he's
bad
not
time.
wrong. He's not wrong. It's
But-
basically more Italian.
But I
So,
do.
They
I-
go through
yeah.
like the series of races, and it builds the relationship between Sonny and Joshua, and it's done, like I said, it's very predictable, but it's done well enough to where like you don't care about the predictability. You're having a great time in the movie. There are parts where I laugh in this film. There's parts where I was smiling ear to ear. I was like, this shit's fucking good. I'm a guy. I like cars. I like shit that go brrr. I like shit that go fast. Why do you think I like Top Gun so much, bro? That shit go brrr. The jet go by. I'm like,
Amen,
oh,
brother.
Cargo bird.
Cargo bird. I tell
Cargo
you what.
brrr. That's how it was. I'm telling you, that's how it was in this movie. And then of course, you know, the added just amazement of this is I'm so locked in for this film, bro. This is my new Top Gun. Y'all gonna see me mention F1 every chance I get now. I don't care. I don't care. Fellow one, you already know what time it is.
I've taken the liberty of taking some very objective notes because I am a man who is not familiar with the Kaczynski catalog. Wait, did I say this right? What's the director's last name?
Kaczynski.
Is it actually Kaczynski?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Ted really fucked that name up. But I digress.
My goat.
I was literally reading the manuscript yesterday. That's why I was like, wait a minute, did I just brain fart that? I don't know.
Don't say that on camera.
But hey, chill. It was an audio book. Relax. Don't put me on a list. All right. But look, I took some objective notes because the only other Kaczynski film I've seen besides this and like maybe Top Gun Maverick was Tron Legacy. And I saw that when I was like a child. And I didn't really like it. And I don't really fuck with Tron that much just in general. I think it's
so lame. You hate fun.
I think you hate Megan too.
I heard that.
All right, it was fun.
That movie sucks.
No.
Dookie shorts.
Look. My excellent cinematic taste aside, I'm not familiar with much of Kaczynski's work in a positive affiliation, say for Top Gun Maverick. So when
what
Matt
the fuck are you talking about, man?
All right, but when spent months upon months glazing this as the greatest cinematic thing ever of all time.
It is.
I had to taper fade my expectations because I was like, going to be a movie of all time because
this shit hard
has a habit of taking anything with something that moves very fast and has an engine and saying it's the greatest piece of cinematic gold of all time.
That's all he needs.
I'm telling you, bro.
Engine go brrr. Got around on a bicycle. Bro, Matt would not like it as much. That car is carrying it for him.
You just said Tron Legacy. Let's talk about Tron Legacy. Joseph Kaczynski's track record is immaculate. He's undefeated when it comes to these films.
It's all right. It's all right.
Single-handedly saved
I like Tron Legacy, but we can't not say it's incredibly divisive.
And he's also like the fifth most famous
Tron Legacy, banger. And you know what? It's elevated because of the soundtrack from Daft Punk. That shit goes so hard. It's visually stunning. It's so cool. Garrett Hedlund, however you feel about him, he doesn't do bad in this film. Everything else, that's up in the air. You get Jeff Bridges back, banger. Then you follow up, Top Gun Maverick, a legacy sequel. That shit's so fire, bro. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Hans Zimmer score over it. You know me. I'm all in when Hans Zimmer's attached to the project.
I made a list, and it's got it at least has more pros than cons. All right, here are my pros. All right, here are all my pros, all my good things.
That shit means something to me.
The roar of the engines and the sound designs made me actually mad that I was too broke to afford a D-box seat. Like, I was actually kind of mad. I was like, bro, this shit fucking right now. This is good. I'm not a car guy, but I get it. This movie is so good, and like, if you're not into F1 or you don't know what the fuck F1 really has, it does a pretty good, smooth way of making you get the idea of the intricacies and like how much work and effort gets into that. And I do appreciate how accessible it is. Except there's one part where the exposition isn't given. This is a minor nitpick. It's not really a con. Where they're on the circuit and one of the guys is literally like verbatim, like he's reading from the official F1 handbook when they were talking about the pit crew stop, where he's like, yes, he's using the classic maneuver where he will stop, giving him approximately 40 seconds, just like any of the other drivers, as is custom back in the 1987 regulation or whatever the fuck of F1. Like he's just going to like all this detail, and I'm like, I feel like everybody here at this F1 thing knows that. Why are you? Who's that for? Who are you telling this to?
It's for the general audiences who won't know. You know,
I guess, but it just felt less subtle than all the other explanations they gave.
Like even I, as a resident, car enjoyer, I didn't know some of those details. A car knower, So I was like, this is a cool tidbit that I didn't know about. I just learned something today. Also, the shit that Sonny was doing was like, bro, what you doing, bro? All the other drivers like, what the fuck is he doing? What are you doing? So it's cool to see the explanation of that, understand why he did what he did, why he took those hits in his vehicle to help boost his teammate. I got it. I understand, ball.
No. Ones like that were it's really just that one where they explained why he was pulling over, and it was like a really long sentence where I was like, okay, that one was a little bit forced. That was pretty much the only one where I was like, you're doing it much better. I got it. I understood. Like you don't have to tell me.
The Ironheart School of Exposition.
On God, it's kind of how it felt.
Hey.
Let's see. The opening shot where Sonny's getting up and getting ready, like there's little things in the background that establish like traits about his character. So there's like very subtle ways of telling us like his body's all heavily scarred. You know, he's still trying to stay in shape as much as he can. He's waking up. He's day drinking. Real champion of a man. Doing all these fucking dingy fucking races.
My goat.
Joshua is like a really good mirror to Sonny. To basically like how he used to be in his prime, but Joshua, even though he's just starting out, has that like post-retirement, I've peaked in high school type of mentality to himself because he always thinks he's not good enough as a racer, and I really like that. I really think it's a good mirror, even though he's much younger. Josh's bond with his mom is really sweet. They also mentioned at one point that Sonny was a taxi driver, and I'm like, are you serious? Are you, bro? I pray to God that I would, if I lived in this world, that I'd be able to live in an era where I request an Uber X and I see Brad fucking Pitt or Sonny himself roll down the window, be like, "Get in." I will never be late to anything. I will. Oh my God, I'll be the fastest man going anywhere. That's so awesome. The crash was insane. And then my cons. The needle drops for the licensed music, some of them were egregious. Some of them, I'm going to be honest, I was like, all right, you're doing too much. Like, they're in the poker scene, they played like this really loud, like Afrobeat song, and then they pause. And then it just plays for like a 2-second pan shot. And then it just comes back like every other beat. And I'm like, why did they stop?
It's called style, dude.
No, it's not style. It's fucking annoying. And then also the relationship between Sonny and I believe her name is Mackenzie is just as surface level as these two people are attractive. Now kiss. Like that. Like
is that not how a lot of relationships work?
Now kiss.
That's how a lot of movies work, but the romances still are not good when they work in that fashion. I don't like it in other movies, and I don't like it in this.
You talking about Kate?
Right. Her name is Kate. Is it the designer for the team, the engineer?
Bro, you consistently get names wrong. It's incredible.
I remember them for Megan 3. I always remember them for Megan Mathrigan.
You got those ones right. You said Christian, correct?
Yeah, but I also feel like I also do agree with me and Luis kind of share some of the same notes. I'm also read his off. He said the romance was forced. It was unnecessary, but they're hot, so it's okay. This is verbatim what Luis said. I agree with that sentiment, but I still don't like it. His second one, he said they could have expanded a lot on Damson's character, maybe giving him a love interest that would have motivated his turn better. I also agree. I feel like he kind of just had this whole thing where he was dealing with like the weight of what it means to be celebrity, and that was cool, but that's like an external force of a motivation, like a conflict. I feel like if there was like a physical, tangible thing, it would have worked a little bit better for me, I feel like. And then the 3, this is a sentiment he's a little bit harsher on, but I can see it. He says the script is non-existent. It's a formula we've seen over and over again. Why? Because it works. I still think we should mention that it's incredibly predictable and straightforward, but still good cinema. And I agree with that. While it is basically just Cool Runnings and Top Gun Maverick with cars, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Y'all tripping, man.
It's pretty good.
It's great.
It's not
the right word. It's great.
Matt, you are blinded by your love for films that were made for African fathers. I
am the African bro. Let me tell you something.
Oh my God, man. The film is good, but it's not.
I want problems
always.
Facts.
I just feel like this movie is pretty good, but it's not the hallmark of cinema. And I feel like it's a feel good movie, but I also feel like if there's other movies in the same vein, in the same genre, with the same energy, right? I feel like they don't have to be 2 hours. This one is 2.5 hours. I don't feel like
That
2.5
boy
hours was utilized fully to the extent, because certain aspects, like I mentioned, like the relationship that Sonny has with the engineer, which is not fleshed out enough. I feel like Damson Idris's character could have had a little bit more depth to him, right? Some parts of it weren't utilized well, and I was just like, bro, if they show another fucking montage, I'm gonna put my fist through a wall. I swear to God, there's more montage than story in this fucking movie, and I'm about to riot. I'm about to lose my mind because I was
That
like,
boy tripping.
because like at least like you have to understand the headspace I was in, Matt. You have to understand, Gerardo. I went from Megan 2, Mithrigan 2, which ended literally like 5 or 6 minutes before my showtime for F1. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go from shit to quality. That was my intention. And then I loved Megan 2 because I thought it was hilarious. Like, it's like the Minecraft movie.
But
it's
like
fucking
hilarious
alone-
bad or hilarious good?
It's like, you know how you felt about the Minecraft movie where you're just like, bro, how is this fun? Why is this fun?
That
Like
should
that.
disqualify your opinion.
I'll give it a try.
Like that. It's fun.
Gerardo, let me tell you, bro.
I think it's pretty. I don't give a fuck.
I'm telling
Bro,
you, it's
dude,
boo-boo, it's caca. I wanted to put a bullet in my head.
Bro,
I've seen a lot of caca. I'll be okay.
Bro, listen, slam a course banquet and then go watch it. It's amazing.
Hell yeah.
But this
slam like 4 course banquets and then see.
When I started watching F1, I was really enjoying it. The opening, the cinematography, everything was great. But there were certain parts where I was just like, hey, what is happening? And the movie would just be like, yes. Like, they wouldn't give me a story answer. It would just be another fucking montage. Like, there's not a lot of story here. If you take the montages and try to make them into actual scenes, you could justify the 2.5 hour runtime. But I just don't get it for this, dude.
I feel like you're being hyperbolic because everything that you're talking about makes sense. You know?
No. It makes sense, but it doesn't feel like there's like truly a script. Like, you know how Luis was saying,
a script.
It's like
there is a script. It's a redemption story.
Man.
This nigga was a bum. He got in an accident and he was being asked for 30 years. If you are a bum for 30 years and you win at the greatest level of your sport, that's a story. I think that's a story. Let that shit go. Let that shit shine.
It's a story. It just doesn't have any real depth that I was expecting.
It had depth, and it had my GOAT, Lewis Hamilton. My fucking GOAT.
I'll say that.
The one British nigga I respect, bro.
Damson Idris is right there. Our fallback Idris in case anything happens to him.
Yeah, I was about to say Idris Elba.
What do we?
Oh yeah, you're right. My fault.
Yeah.
There's 3 British.
Tom Ellis.
Tom Ellis.
There's 4 British niggas I respect.
I got a 5th.
Ewan
Matt
McGregor.
Ryan.
I think
Constantine.
Ewan McGregor might not be British. I can't remember.
He's Scottish, I think.
Yeah, Scottish, right? Okay.
Scottish. Oh, what is his name from Shaun of the Dead? He is Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg.
There
are
British,
5 British niggas I respect.
But past that, you're not in the club.
There's a certain qualification range you gotta be in.
But
you're not in that.
You know what? I'll say this. This movie overall is a feel-good underdog story. Some parts of it I do feel are a little eye-rolly because I can only take so much cheese. I do like fun. I do like joy. But it's just certain parts of this movie where I was like, Like the balcony scene between him and Carrie Condon's character. I cannot fucking remember her name. Kate. Yes. Starts with a K. Kate. Boom. All right. Between Sonny and Kate. It just because there's romance isn't really built out. There's this whole long like trauma dump scene they have after like a one night stand kind of thing. And I'm just like, I'm not invested in this at all. I don't really care. Can we get back to the cars, please? And then there's also that one guy that is Javier Bardem's partner in owning the team. Ruben. Yeah,
the other guy.
Fuck. The guy who
you're talking about evil Lance Armstrong?
Yeah.
Well, Lance Armstrong is an evil Lance Armstrong.
The guy who looks like that dude that's in Veep and also Arrested Development. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about with that guy.
It might be the same guy.
But that guy is like in the last few minutes tried to, or kind of like in the middle, he sells like fake documents showing that their car has like bootleg plans or like foreign fucking parts or some shit or like adamantium or whatever the fuck in it. And thus they can't sit out the race until they like rebuild the car from scratch or get it inspected, which would cost them the championship. And they kind of prop him up as an antagonist. But I genuinely forgot about this nigga. So it kind of feels very fucking wasteful. Because I'm like, oh yeah, he's here, I guess.
I can agree that part did feel like it could have been done up better, because it just kind of they're like, let's sprinkle a little bit of like problems here and there. Yeah. Let's talk about it. Let's sprinkle that shit in there real quick. And like he could have been utilized more. I get what they were doing. They could have been utilized a little bit more. But I do like the fact that they included, first of all, they let everybody in this talk in their normal accents. They didn't say go do up a different country's accent, whatever. Damson speaking like Damson. Carrie Condon speaking like Carrie Condon. Kate. Javier Bardem. I don't even know if I've heard him do anything but his normal accent. But I love it because it's so good. I don't care. So let that man cook at whatever he wants to do. Let Javier do what he wants to do.
I just feel like
he's solid in this movie too.
When they had the plans leak at first, and Joshua was being like really fucking passive aggressive, right? I was like, did he do this because Suddy's taking his spotlight? Like that felt like a flimsy motivation, but it still felt like a motivation nonetheless, right? It would have been a thing that ruined the movie for me, but I would have been like, I can kind of see it. Maybe he becomes jaded, right? But then when they tell me that it's this bald fuck, I'm like, bro, what? Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck? Who is this random fucking front of the Hilton valet just handing these documents to Brad Pitt in this parking lot? Who the fuck are you? And then they even have this whole scene where it's at the final race and they're like talking to the investors and they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna get this team. We're gonna buy this team from you. You're gonna be a rich man. You're gonna be a rich, wealthy man. And he's like, yes, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich and bald. Yes, yes, good, evil, yes. And I'm just like, you have earned none of this. You are an antagonist I forgot was in this fucking movie. It's like if you're watching Wizard of Oz and the antagonist instead of the Wicked Witch of the West is Steven. Who the fuck is Steven? I don't know. It just didn't work for me.
AZ's misguided dislike aside,
no.
I think this is still a solid film. It's going to be up there with the summer blockbusters. It's probably going to get nominated for a couple Oscars. Definitely for the soundtrack. I think it's going to be in that category.
The score is amazing. I'll say that.
And then the cinematography too. I think it'll get nominated for that as well. I put this in my rankings of 2025 films. Top 3 behind Sinners and then ahead of Don't Kill Me 28 years later. So those are my top 3 for 2025 so far. I love, and I think once I watch both of those 28 years later and what's it called, F1 again a couple times, then I'll have a solid ranking. Maybe those positions will switch. Sinners is still number 1. I don't care. I've seen that movie multiple times. That's my number 1 film of 2025. Now, whoever takes the number 2 spot, it can either be 28 years, F1, we'll see how it goes. And of course, we have the next couple movies coming up in the next couple weeks, Superman, Fantastic Four, etc. We'll go from there. But this movie is up there in the rankings for me. I love it.
I say it's my number 4, maybe. Like my number 1, I've seen it in theaters is it's 28 years, then Sinners, then Warfare. I'd put F1 at number 4.
Ooh, you know what? Yeah, or Warfare still.
I still like Warfare
watch a couple more times. I
rewatched Warfare again recently, and it's amazing. I fucking love that movie, man. But all of my shit talking is war. Golly, I'm just saying we didn't bomb enough hospitals.
He said we need more desert. We need Desert Storm Part 2. That's what he just said.
I love U.S.
we need Desert Storm Part 3.
Listen. Much like a general could get up to 5 stars, I'm not going to give this shit 5 stars. I'm going to give this.
That's my rating.
I'm going to give this for everything else that I liked about it, my pros list is way longer than my cons. I give it an earnest 4.5. I'm putting it. I gave Mithrigan Part 2, Electric Boogaloo, a 4, but that's just because I audibly laughed and I was dude. You guys understand? I audibly laughed and it was me and like 4 other people in the entire theater, and I looked like a fucking madman, and it was beautiful. I made people so uncomfortable. That is an experience I will never get with any other film ever again.
Y'all tripping,
it was hilarious. But it's a 4. It's 4.5. Cinematography, excellent. Everybody acts their asses off. It made me interested in a racing sport, which I never thought I would ever be interested in. And Hans Zimmer just on the score, incomparable. So yeah, earnest 4.5. Matt, go ahead and throw it, dude. I don't give it to you. I
already said I'm giving it a 5, bro. I already said that's my 5-star. There are very few films I will give a 5-star. Sinners, I watched it immediately. I said that's going to be 5-star. Gave it a 5-star. The trailer for F1 came out. So this is probably going to be another 4 or a 5-star. We'll see how it goes. Now, of course, I'm going to watch it the same amount of times as I watched Top Gun before I make my final determination, which was 27 times in theaters. Mark it.
Ain't no fucking way.
So I watched it another 26 times.
It's multiple days.
You've seen that movie more than the editors for it, dude. That's fucking insane.
I'm telling you, bro. Top Gun came out. When Top Gun came out, I watched it opening night. I watched it the night after. I watched it the day after that twice because I went on a dinner date, watched it, and I watched it again. And I was like, bro, this shit's so good. I waited a little bit. My coworkers were talking about it. I said, bro, you want to go see Top Gun? Let's go see Top Gun. We watched it. Then they said they want to go see it with another homie. I watched it again. I'm telling you, I was in theater.
That's ridiculous.
Same thing I'm about to do with F1, bro.
That's what I did with Sinners.
Okay.
Same thing with Sinners. I did it with, bro.
I did that with Transformers 1. I can't even lie. That was a good
cartoons. See?
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what, Matt? I got a real fucking not Sophie's Choice. I recently found out what that movie is about, and it's quite sad. I got a real Dark Knight dilemma for you then. Choose Top Gun, Maverick, or F1. Which one of your children do you love more?
Well, that's an unfair determination because I've only seen F1 one time. Remember, I've seen Top Gun 27 times. I have a very good bearing on this movie. So right now, I'm going to say Top Gun, but until I watch F1 26 more times, then we'll see.
There is no reason. I feel like if you've seen a movie at least 3 times, you can get a good consensus. There's no reason to see something 27 times intentionally.
Bro,
disagree.
Thank you. I understand ball. You know me.
If it's like Revenge of the Sith, I understand. That's. I
watched that movie. You know what I mean? You don't want to know how
I've
many times
I'd say that's probably close to 100 for me. I gotta be honest. It might be close.
I watch it once a year at least. Sometimes 3 times.
100 years old.
I've seen it.
I might as well watch it. I'll fuck around and watch it.
All right, in terms of hype meter, how much would you like to see this movie on a scale of 5 stars?
5 stars. I'm a 4. I do want to watch this. I like a good sports movie. I don't need it to be super deep or transgressive. Just make it fun, make it cool. I want cool shots. I want Brad Pitt to do some stupid cool shit. I don't need much more. I'm gonna watch this tomorrow probably.
Honestly,
right after film. Megan.
Oh, brace yourself!
I'm telling you, man. While you're sober, that movie's good, but while you're drunk, it's just a beautiful piece of magic.
Incredible. So, like how I watched Minecraft.
Talking about F1,
yes, dude. It's a magic. There was a point in the movie. I won't tell you what it is, but you'll probably know when you see it. Where I put my hands up in the air and I audibly went "woo," like I was on a roller coaster because it was so fucking. It was so fucking absurd. I was like, dude. How do I replace my blood with this movie, dude?
I'm ready for Gerardo's 30-message rant about this movie when he finds out how dog shit.
Don't call me out like that. I don't send rants that often.
No, I'm excited because he's gonna see what I've been saying. You're gonna find out I'm right. That movie sucks dick.
Bro,
I do really like the first one.
The first one's solid. That's the thing.
The
It's not
first one
bad.
is solid. You know what this one is? This one is gas. It's
solid.
airborne,
No,
like a
it's solid
virus.
shit.
Like a virus. It gets in
Solid.
your
It's
veins, gets in your
liquid.
pores, it infects you, but you die in a fun way. Right?
It's
not
liquid,
good.
it's diarrhea.
I want to
It's
stress
boo-boo.
it's not good.
Diarrhea.
It is diarrhea, but it's diarrhea,
It's boo-boo.
and then like you have to change your pants and you find $100 in the pocket. That's how
It's
this movie
popcorn.
feels.
Okay.
That's it's pretty good.
Been there.
It's a bad time, but a great time. Speaking of people who have bad times, the people on the Bear are not doing so well currently. Life is falling apart. Everything is on fire. We were doing so well last season.
Some of them are having a good time.
Some of them are having a good time, but Carby is still fucking miserable, and Sid is initiating her descent into madness. But my boy Fack is having an excellent time. But we'll get into it anyway. The Bears season 4 dropped, and we've all seen it. I think, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. We've all seen it.
I finished the last episode yesterday,
and I gotta be honest. I got thoughts. You got thoughts. You got thoughts as well. Let's hear those thoughts. Thoughts?
Uh-huh.
So the first thing I will say before we get into our actual discussion of the Bear, I think I would enjoy a little micro series about the facts about Neil and Ted. They're fucking hilarious.
No spin-offs.
They're so goofy.
No,
it's so
because
goofy, bro.
It will literally.
Yeah, trust me, they're so goofy.
And then the shtick of the facts being like just this weird, incompetent little inbred family will be not as fun.
Inbred is crazy.
No one said they're inbred.
They're not inbred, but they are.
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
They just have like this weird. The facts like this like juvenile, innocent quality about them, except for Brie Larson's Francine fact.
Oh my god!
Yeah, she's the only one who seems to have like her full frontal lobe going on. I mean, all the male facts at least just seem very inept, and I love it. Like I like there's a scene where Fat goes into God, I can never fucking remember Sugar. He goes into Sugar's office. And he's like, "Hey, I did something and it fucked up and it went bad." And it's like, "Are you gonna be mad at me?" He's like, "No, I won't be mad at you. You promise?"
I love that.
Yeah.
Thing.
He's like, "Of course, I can never be mad at you. You're a special boy." He delivers the news, and she immediately just switches up on him.
How can you betray me, Neil? Fuck
he's like,
you. I was like, yo.
He's like peering behind the corner like a child. He's leaving the room. He's like, "Am I still your special boy?" And she's like, "Fuck no." He's like, "I'm sorry."
That was a great moment.
That was incredible. That was incredibly well done.
So good. Oh man, but everybody at least in this season is on I would say a bit of the up and up. Well, the restaurant's not up on the up and up because good old Uncle Jimmy comes in with some real bad news. And he comes in with the computer, my secondary goat, in case anything happens to Jimmy. And they put this fucking like basically like scorecard Bleacher Report timer on the desk. And it's got like I think it's like 5 or 6 months of time worth on it.
No, it's like
it's like 2 months, yeah.
Short time frame.
And he's like, "This is a clock that represents how much money we have in the restaurant. While this clock counts down when it reaches 0, me and computer as silent partners have the authority to where we can pull the plug and basically shut down the restaurant, which means the years of work that they've put in to making the Bear out of the Chicago beef is going to be null and void, and all the betterment that's come from their lives as a result is gone out the window."
Army wants to spend all their fucking money on $40,000 sticks of butter
because Carmi's like, "No, you don't Carmi." In a sense, I feel like Carmi's great. Carmi's both the main character and his antagonist. Exactly. Because him changing the menu so much and getting all these high-class ingredients every time while they don't have good word of mouth going and while they're not really having the customer base they should is hurting the restaurant. But he's still chasing that perfection and that achievement that he already has. He already has the skills. He already has the restaurant. He's proven himself 28-fold past what he thought he could have achieved, and he still keeps being self-destructive. Even trying to leave the restaurant when he knows he could help it. Like, oh man, he's so good of a character.
He's such a very complex character in the way that, like, not complex where it's like you can understand where he's coming from, but then at the same time, it's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, why would you do that?
You want to punch him as much as you want to pat him.
You don't know
Yeah,
whether
he's
to
like
be mad at
actively
him.
fucking shit up.
Yeah. I don't know whether to be mad at him or just be like, I get it, dude. You're going through a lot of shit. Your brother killed himself. Your mom's crazy. Your best friend is like fucking going through his own shit. He's going through a divorce, and now he's getting his ex-wife is now getting married to some new motherfucker played by Josh Hartnett, which is also an inspired choice because he's going through his own shit. It's so much stuff happening. It's a great just Wikipedia rabbit hole of complexity, and I love it. That's what makes this show so good, bro. And also for all of us here, I think everyone on this channel has worked at a restaurant in some capacity, so we know like this shit is triggering too. They be saying hands, I'd be like, yes, I'm gonna go grab whatever the fuck. They'd be like corner, I'd be backing up and shit.
I don't do no fucking hands.
When they start calling out,
I hear hands. I run to the restroom.
Brother, there'll be times where they're like, when they're in like the middle of a dinner rush and they're calling out tabletops, I just have a small 1,000-yard fluoride stare.
Bro, when Jess starts chatting off shit, like it's like the Winter Soldier code words being read off to me. I start twitching. I start tweaking a little bit. I'm like, bro, please stop talking.
And when they have those morning meetings and they start being like, we need to maximize sales on items, I started thinking about like times where like, granted, I haven't worked in any like upscale restaurants. I think the most close one I've worked at is like an Olive Garden. But I remember like they would try to get us to upsell. They would try to get us to like have like a whole conversation with somebody where they're like ordering everything else that is not spaghetti and tell them, hey, you really want spaghetti. Like it would. So this show is doing a very good job at keeping the realism of not only the restaurant industry but also real life, because the struggles and like emotions of all the characters, even the background players that aren't getting as much love this season, feel very fleshed out and authentic. Like it doesn't feel like somebody delivers a line and then it's just waiting for the next line to be delivered, like some other dialogue in other shows. It interrupts. It switches cadences. There's stutters. There's pauses. It's fluid. It's amazing, sensational acting, and it bitches me that this shit has to squeak itself by in the comedy category for nominations because it deserves to be winning.
It's really fucking funny.
It is fucking funny.
It's too funny to not be considered a comedy.
It is fucking funny, but it has enough heart to where I feel like it could be a solid contender in the drama category. Because it's just that good. It has that much heart and meat to it.
That's fair.
I feel like, especially in that final episode, the argument between Sid and why am I forgetting
Richie?
Richie. Between Richie and Sid and Carmi out there, it has these moments specifically like with these little vignette, like when Sid is having the cooking show Panic Attack Dream, like Carmi had in season, I believe, 2 or 3, where it feels like I'm watching like a stage play. You know, it has that kind of thespian style of blocking and acting and arguing back and forth, like with the way that Sid delivers the line where she's talking about where she's lighting up the cigarette and she's trying to smoke it, and Carmi's like, I don't smoke, and she's like, just help me. And it feels very, very dramatic. It has this stage-like quality and presence.
You say you don't do that. She said, well, I can. And I was like, okay.
And it felt like I was watching it felt like I was watching like a streetcar named Desire monologue or something. It felt very powerful, and I was invested.
Sucks.
Don't I like it? I like it.
But I wish Luis was here for that.
But it just goes. I remember we were talking with one of our industry insider people who shall not be named, who managed to meet the heads of FX and talk to them and get to learn, like, you know, how they do their running of their channel and everything. And they always have had the approach. What the guy basically said, to paraphrase, was, we focus on quality. We don't care how much money it takes. We do streaming and like network, but we focus on quality and just putting out good shit, which is the ethos of our show, of let competent people cook. And they do it with this show. every time, and I don't ever feel bad watching this. Well, I feel bad. I feel bad for Carmi a lot, but like I don't feel bad watching the show. I don't watch an episode and be like, that was a waste of time. I care about all these little minute details and things happening in these people's lives. Something as simple as like our beef order is late. It feels like the end of the world because we are sitting in the driver's seat of these characters' lives. We're looking at it through their lens. For them, this is their crisis. This is their center of attention. And it does a great job of making you care about this, what is otherwise monotony. There's no true, real stakes. It's not like SVU where they're hunting down the Creekside rapist, right? They're cooking steak, and I'm over here just shaking. It's amazing how simple this show is, but complex underneath it. It's immaculate.
This shit means
5 out of 5. 5 out of fuck. I'm just gonna do my rating off top. I know there's more to say about it probably, but I just 5 out of 5. 7 out of 5. Whatever number is above 5, this show is that. I love this show.
I'm with it. I agree.
Oh man.
Also, I don't know if y'all have heard, but
yeah,
people
I was
didn't
gonna
like
agree
the
with
last
that.
season, and that's crazy to me. This show has never felt to me like it's fallen off in any way. I think it's been great consistently, and anyone who disagrees is lying for attention.
Is wrong. They're wrong.
1000%.
Also
I
that.
agree. Because
Last
there's no way.
I think my favorite so far, well, now that the fourth season's come out, I think I really like the fourth one like the most probably. But the second season, when they start transitioning from the beef, like they fully transitioning from the beef to the bear, and they're getting deep into the shit and all this, everyone's like they do the staging, all that. It's so great. It develops these characters even more, and I think season 3 is a good follow up to that. But season 4 is where we really see this shit gelling together, and they even say we got the right people now. I love it. You care about these characters because you want them to succeed. You don't want them to fail. You actually have a connection to each character in the show, from Carmi at the top level to the facts doing their dumb shit. All of it. You care about everybody involved in the show. So I really think this is a 5-star TV show. Just like I thought Shogun was a 5-star TV show, because FX does not miss. Apparently, FX
really
has the
don't.
incapability of failing a TV show. And we got Alien Earth coming out next month. I'm excited for that because we know how good FX's quality of TV show is. We know how good the Alien franchise is. It's gonna be fucking amazing.
Is what's his name? Who's the one that did Covenant? What is the director's name again?
That was Ridley Scott, wasn't it?
No, not Covenant. Sorry, what was the one that did Romulus? Sorry.
Oh, Fede Alvarez.
Alvarez?
Yeah, is Alvarez heading up Alien Earth? Do you know, or is he just heading up the whole
I don't
Alien?
think
Or
so.
okay, oh, that's that.
It's
little
Noah
sad.
Hawley. Noah
Oh.
Hawley created Alien Earth.
Okay,
Fuck that is.
I don't know who that is, but we'll see how that goes.
Genius.
But I just feel like
He made Legion.
everybody.
I fucking
What?
hate that show.
I love Legion. I
Fargo.
actually love it.
It's
He made Fargo
so
too.
goddamn boring.
Legion and Fargo. I love both of those shows. I'm in. All right, never mind. I'm game, dude.
Well,
Fargo's good. Fargo's good. I recently watched the original with William H. Macy. It's also pretty great.
He was also he worked on Bones. If y'all know that show, Bones.
Bones went on for too long, but it was good.
It did.
But this show, what are the plans for this show? I know it's already been renewed for another season, but if it ends on season 5, honestly, I feel like it could. I feel
what we said in the chat was it'll probably end on season 6. Like season 5 is going to be them getting their shit back to. My prediction is that season 5 will be them getting their shit back together. Now they finally bounced off of, being in the red. So really them becoming the bear for real and getting that Michelin star and being solid. Then of course season 6 is them coping with working without Carmi because he's going to be gone. Early prediction, I could be wrong, but just in case I'm not wrong, I'm going to say this. Things are going too well, right? Carmi's starting to get out of that little mental rut he's been in. They're going to introduce some more turmoil for my boy. Donna is going to die, and Carmi is going to go right back to where he started.
Who's Donna?
The
Yeah, the mom.
Jamie Lee
Let's
Curtis.
hope so. But that
They're
bitch
building-
is so annoying.
They're building that
Mhm.
relationship back up, right? They're like, "Oh, I have been in your life. I want to be with you. I'm trying to learn about you. You're my son." They're gonna get connected again. She's gonna fucking die, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh no, Carmi, your mom."
Brother,
Dude,
if-
he knows.
If Carmi backslides because his mother dies, or even if his mom dies just in general, I promise you, I will consign to the fact that both Job and Peter Parker have better lives than Carmi. My God.
Bro
Job
said-
is
That's
fucking
so-
insane.
That's
So,
fucking
Pulling out the
crazy.
biblical references.
This
for the bear.
man, Carmi has been fucking through it, going through like a whiplash scenario cooking school and having his brother blow his brains out, leaving that, trying to establish and ruin a restaurant and establish his own name and
Losing
never feeling
Molly
like he's good
Gordon.
enough.
domed his shit.
Generational bag fumble, by the way. But
Incredible.
this man cannot catch a fucking break. My God.
Carmi just
I think
in
I think-
general.
one of my favorite. What is the name of my Caribbean brother back there that runs the beef window? What is his name again?
Ibrahim.
Ibrahim.
I don't think I think he's Somali, bro.
Listen, either way, they go on a boat. Listen, so basically, I think
That's crazy.
I think
That's crazy as hell.
I'm glad he said it.
Yeah.
yes. That joke was not
Safe for
written
him.
by anyone of another ethnicity.
I hope not.
But my boy Ibrahim is really having, I would think, the best time. Like, I think maybe compared him and Fat going like happy for happy right now. They're both having pretty good times.
You're going happy
Like-
for happy.
Like somehow
Meanwhile,
he's
Carmi's
doing
going
like
for mental illness for mental illness.
yeah. There's definitely some CTE that runs in the Fat family for real. But my boy Ibrahim is fucking balling it out. He's basically doing like the Amazon level of productivity and business model, but he's liked by his employees. Like his
I feel like-
efficiency is incredible.
I feel like their storyline though, that guy is
Business
trying to
afloat.
scam them or some shit. He feels
That's what I felt too.
Think
Because
about
I was
him
like,
feels icky. I don't
I
like
just
him.
don't. I don't trust any like. I know there probably like is people out there that have had like mentors and stuff in their life. Like they enter like a mentoring program or whatever in college. Where yeah, cool. You learn the ways of the Jedi accountant. Good for you. But I just don't inherently trust like that whole system because it gives like an Andrew Tate or like a tech bro vibe of like, give me money and I'll tell you how to grow your business. Come on, I'll teach you something. I'll teach you all the tips and tricks. When it's just to teach other people, you can teach the tips and tricks. Like it's no skills. That's it. So I'm still watching that guy, but I do like
trust
how he
him.
plays off of with
Suspect.
Computer and Jimmy. Like when Computer he's trying to talk to Computer about like expanding the beef window as a franchise, and he's like, Jimmy, come out here. This guy's got some good ideas. He's like, I don't fucking care. Get in the fucking car.
Jimmy's
Get
hilarious.
in the fucking car.
Suck
And
my
he keeps
balls.
just talking though, and he's like, suck my balls, get in the fucking car, suck my balls, get in the car.
I love
It's so
Jimmy,
good.
bro. That's my guy.
Oh, man. I got it. This shit's a 5 out of 5 for me. Matt, you said 5 out of 5.
I said 5 out of 5.
I agree.
Hard 5 out
100%.
of 5.
Now,
Also, shout out Ayo writing
Ayo
and
Edibiri.
also directing.
Ayo
right?
Edibiri is right. She
Yeah.
wrote and she directed the episode.
Yeah.
It's
Killed that episode.
phenomenal.
did she do the one where she gets her hair braided? Because if so,
Yeah,
I think
that's
she
the one.
that explains why that felt black as hell. I loved it.
It did.
I
It felt
loved
very.
When she's like, when she was over there doing
Terrific.
everything else besides her hair, and she's like, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go to the store with your hair half done, and I'm gonna be back. And she's not back for 2 hours. I was like, I've been there, girl.
I
I've
get
been
it.
there. Many an auntie has gone to the store and met a friend, and then told me about it for 45 minutes after they've been gone for 2 hours, and I got half an afro on my head.
It felt
I've been there.
felt black and knees.
It was a beautiful episode, and her explaining to her friend's daughter her situation via sleepover, and her friend's daughter sees through the whole metaphor and the bullshit is just like, why don't you do what makes you happy, you stupid piece of
Yeah,
shit?
bro.
Like, I love
What do you
that
mean?
kid.
She said, "What do you mean? 2 houses? Okay, go to the one you want to be at."
Now,
Simple.
now, I got 2 questions relating to the bear. So before we close out our discussion on the floor,
Mhm.
number one, there's I don't know if it what kind of tension I'm feeling between Sid and Carmi. Am I
It's not
tweaking?
there.
Am I tweaking? All
They're
right, I'm
just
tweaking.
besties.
All right.
At least
Because I
that's
was
how I
thinking.
see it.
Because I was thinking it was in like
Tweaking.
a fucking what's it called? Like a Jiraiya Naruto situation, like a mentor thing. Like you look up to them like your idol.
Yes,
Fuck is
it's
Jiraiya?
more like that.
Like okay, all right, fine. Tim Drake the Batman. Are you fucking happy that I
Who's
did it?
Batman.
All right, go fuck yourself. Go. You just showed 6 Lego minifigures stacked on top of each other. You're gonna ask me who's Batman? You fucking know who Batman is, you hack. But that's my first question. And secondly, while we have consistently rated the show damn near fucking 4.5 or like 4.8 to 5 stars, do you think there is anything that could ruin the show? And if so, what do you think it is?
Ending.
That ending would have to be something.
No. If like
you
we
mean just,
said,
like,
if
ending?
Carmi kills himself and that's the ending, that would suck.
That
I
would
think
be
that's
terrible.
really lazy. And
Like
I
a
don't like
Barry
it.
situation. Oh my god, it'd be
Yeah.
so sad.
Oh fuck Barry.
Oh,
God damn.
I love that show, but
I
that
love
ending
I
is
love the
dour.
first 2 seasons of that show.
That ending is
One
depressing.
was
If Car-
World Hater,
Yeah,
I
hate it.
feel
where he's an
I feel like-
assassin.
Hitman.
I feel like that would suck so much because all these people have their own personal trauma and grief, and just to say at the very end, "Fuck you," trauma wins. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. That would actually ruin it. I think that would be
wouldn't like it.
I don't see them.
Like
I don't see them doing that. Yeah, I don't
They
see
would.
them
They
doing
would.
that at all.
The heads of FX would have to be doing ketamine between now and the ending. Like there's
They
no
probably
way.
do.
See,
They
I can
probably
see-
do. That's how
Yeah.
they're making all this good shit. That might be it.
That's how they stay awake.
something happening to Donna is more likely. Something happening to any of the
Please, Donna,
the
please
fringe-
kill Donna.
the fringe characters. Yes, if it's like the main cast, like Sydney, Carmi, Richie, they're untouchable. They're not gonna get. They're non-negotiables. They're not gonna get.
Everybody who's OG Beef Crew,
Yeah,
I think is,
Or like-
solid.
like Luca. Something
Hopefully.
could happen to Luca. Something could happen to Carmi's mom. No one would care. To
Here-
Lee, no one would care.
Hear me out. And this would make no sense.
and I feel like this would be kind of a letdown because I want the restaurant to succeed. But if Carmi realizes that the beef is the most of their sales and that shit's just out of a to-go window, and he just reopens the beef, I might put my fist through a wall because I'm like, then what the fuck was all of this for? But I think that's the only thing.
Point.
I think what a nice
There's no
blend
way.
of those two ideas I think would be nice is if he, you know how he prepares the Chicago beef for that family as a surprise and how he makes it look all fancy. If he blends those two things together and makes it like it has that old school Chicago grime feel that the beef had, but also a little upscale, you know, like Subway with class, you know.
Subway with class is actually crazy because I'm
that
not
would be
eating a Subway for any reason right now.
But that would be like a good that'd be like a good ending. Like that'd be a good ending. But bad ending would be like if he just goes back to the beef because why? That's like it was all a dream ending. That's fucking lame. That's stupid.
It was all a dream.
Yeah, like we've got on this journey. All these people's lives are better. You made my boy Marcus go to Copenhagen just to make him work at Jimmy John's. What?
Learn fucking cakes and shit just to go back to making.
You also got
I don't
Will.
know.
You also got Will Poulter, the fucking Warheads mascot, just walking around.
Oh, it's about Luca.
Luca, yeah, he really does look like the guy in the Warheads bag. He really does.
He looks like Sid from fucking Toy Story.
Also, if there's any like budding romance, it's Luca and Marcus.
besties.
I can see it. Nah.
That's why Chester, that's why
They're gonna kiss. They're gonna kiss.
What's it called? Chester's getting jealous.
Yeah, that's why his boy's jealous.
Okay,
The
Love
boy trying to-
hear me out. What's my man? My man that's a sommelier. That's Luca, right? Or am I tripping?
No, that's
Somalia? No.
Sweets.
Or-
I don't remember his name.
Sweeps, the baseball player.
Sweeps, yeah. I'm reaching. But
Like
Sweeps and Sid, they have a little moment when they're talking about the wines, and I was like, "Is that what's going on there?
Yeah,
What is that? Is that a sleeper pick? Is that a sleeper pick? No, bro. Because the way she rejoins the conversation when Carmi comes in the room, she does like that little romance sort of like, yeah. What's up? Just talking about wine. What's up?
I don't see Sid. I see Sid not getting in any relationship because running a restaurant, she's gonna have mental illness just like Carmi soon.
I mean, let's hope not.
I really hope not.
It's gonna happen.
She already tried cigarettes. She's got her toes in the deep pool.
Oh yeah,
She almost there.
it's the beginning of the end.
She's fueled by spite right now. When she adds that nicotine, she's a true restaurant worker.
A true restaurateur.
She's gonna be zinning by the next season.
I called it.
This is my new dish. What do you call it? Filet zignon. It's just filet mignon with a single zin pack.
That's crazy as hell.
I need the fuck out of that.
Lock in. I need that.
I try it. I give it a whirl. I die from nicotine poisoning, but I try it.
Not me. I'm built different.
But
Tolerance too high.
Speaking of high tolerances, you've probably reached the maximum tolerance you have for us and our shenanigans on this amazing episode of the Cinestro Court. Thank you so much for watching. We greatly appreciate you. Share this with your friends, your enemies, and everybody. And while you're sharing, we want to share some of the love to some of our great people, like the people over at Backstage OL for all of their amazing behind-the-scenes info, scoops, cinematic news. They're like us, but better. So basically, the entire antithesis to what we do here. They just expanded their market across the United States. They got to Texas. I believe they've hosted up in Philly, and they've also done a great amount of behind-the-scenes episodes and different interviews and stuff. And our very own David is with them. So definitely check them out and don't tell them we sent you. They won't know who we are. Yeah. But
they might though. Tell them.
But you know who will know who you are? Me. That's right, me. This is a shameless self-promotion. I am Tari Stingo, and allegedly I'm a YouTuber. Currently, my channel is very much demonetized, and for the next 90 days
on YouTube
because apparently writing and scripting and voicing over all your abridged parodies that are so good, all of the copyright censors think you just uploaded a Justice League movie. I fucking guess. I don't know. But anyway, Warner Bros. Hired me because I basically do your fucking job for you. But I also stream on Twitch where I'm less angry and I play games. I play Marvel Rivals with the fellas. Sometimes these fellas, sometimes myself, and I scream into the valuable void. But it's a good time and you should come along there. And speaking of places you should go along to, go to all of our socials. Every single one. I don't care what platform it's on. Search Cinestro Corp. No S at the end. It is a single corp. If you put an S, I will fucking find your location. Anyway, we are on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the socials at Cinestro Corp. And we wanted to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much for watching, listening, sharing. Every like, comment, and subscribe, and all that makes us feel good in our hearts and funny parts. We will see you next time when we have to talk about I don't know what else is coming out. Busy week. We got Fantastic Four,
Jurassic
Superman.
Park.
Please tell me we don't have to cover that.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it.
God. Okay, I guess we'll see you when that travesty happens. Anyway, peace. Love you.
Peace.
We're the kings of the screen, yeah. Cinestro Core, we're the dream, yeah. New episode Saturday afternoon. We in your ear, that comic book crew. More good it takes what we do. Cinestro Core, we're the crew.